What's up, everyone? Jason Gilbo here at JGilbo11. Looking at some stacking options for tonight's slate. Decent slate for hitters, but the pitching is not that great. So if you're looking to pay up on some bats, it's kind of tough because Kershaw's the guy you want to get in. Archer's still on the expensive side. We'll jump into these stacks. Prices aside, I think we got some teams that we really like here. Milwaukee, Cincinnati. We'll go here to a stadium that's just been a ton of power and potential here for a lot of runs. Homer Bailey is the guy who was really struggled in his opener for 2017. This is a guy who's just been an average righty for most of his career. About 312 WOBA to righties, 330 WOBA to lefties. Home runs up above 1 per 9. I really don't mind Sogard, Thames, Ryan Braun, Travis Shaw, Domingo Santana. There's all power here. Look at all those WOBAs, all over 340 against right-handers. You look at Braun, Thames, Shaw, big-time power, all ISOs over 200. So, they do strike out quite a bit, but this is a team with over a 5 total. You can really jump on board, stack away. Some of those prices have come down a little bit, just depending on what site you're playing on. But it's not a badly priced stack, and they're very much my favorite one on the road there in Cincinnati. As far as outscore goes, James Shield, whenever he's on the slate, I will be looking to stack against. Fly ball pitcher with some home run tendencies in a ballpark that's very friendly. You get the Yankees as the road team. They get that top of the 9th. Gardner, Judge, Sanchez, Gregorius, Ellsbury, that's probably the 4 or 5 that I'm looking at. Aaron Hicks as well if he jumps back into the lineup. We could be getting a nice Gardner, Hicks, Judge, Sanchez, Gregorius, 1 through 5. That would just be beautiful. Get that upside there. Like I said, just so much power in that ballpark. It's going to be a popular stack, but it's just one that's just really tough to leave off. So like that one a lot. As far as a contrarian, I love Miami here. They're just not badly priced at all. You got the power potential there. Stanton, Ozuna, both over a 200 ISO against righties. Justin Bour, 240 ISO. Look at all these guys. Gordon's got that stolen base upside. DK is just, they're not expensive at all. I just like it against Seth Lugo, who, like I say, is just not a guy that you're going to be shying away from tonight. And I just don't see the Marlins being extremely high owned. So, should get both those guys around less than 12% ownership. Maybe stands a little bit higher, but outside of that, not much more. So Marlins are my third stack there. It's just more of a contrarian value one, if anything. You should be able to fit it in with Kershaw, and the fact that there are some cheaper SP2s to consider. The Yankees one might have to play around with it a little bit more. Outside of that, Kyle Gibson's on the slate. Ubaldo Jimenez is on the slate. You can do the Toronto stack once again. It doesn't fall within the top 3 for me. I like them, but just more as one-offs. It's kind of how it goes with Boston too. Talked Boston a little bit on the GPP pod, and it's just there's no power. Outside of Moreland, there's no one with over 200 ISO against righties. Pedroia, 068 ISO. Bogarts, 148 ISO against righties. They're just a team that just hasn't put up a ton of runs. You want some homers at some of these prices, like Bogarts is up there in price, Betts is up there in price. It's just the problem for me. So it just kind of sees what that lineup looks like. If we get a decent Betts, if we get Hanley back in there, I'll consider him against Gibson, who's been bad against both sides of the plate. But overall, it's just not a stack that really has panned out this year. I think it's only hit about once, and that was more of a back half thing anyway. So, low stacking against Kyle Gibson. If you're building multiple lineups, you can definitely do it. But I'm definitely kind of looking at that 3 there. Milwaukee, New York, and Miami as my top 3. So that's going to wrap things up. You can head over to DaveFantasyCafe.com to get great tools and content.